And by Spartan law, we will stand and fight.
All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Frozen Oil. Once again, it's Rich. And today for the round 1, game 3 recap, we got Raj in the house. How are you, Raj?
Oh, I'm so much better after yesterday.
I know, like we dodged a bullet there, buddy. We had to win that game, and
yeah,
finally the Oilers come through, right? Like, been waiting for a game like this now for a while against the Kings.
For sure. Yeah, thank God.
Thank God, yeah, thank God. I thought it was just a great game, and it showed, for the Oilers anyways, it just showed how much experience they gained last year going all the way to the finals and Game 7. And for what is a pressure cooking game, I found that they were calm, even at the point where, you know, they tied it at 3-3. And then LA scored, I think it was 10 seconds after to make it 4-3. They seemed calm, cool, and collected, which is fantastic. I saw standout games myself. I thought Connor Brown had a hell of a game, and we'll get to that when we get to Twitter here. And Podkolzin was hitting everything in sight, and obviously got some stability between the pipes with Pickard. And the obvious one, Bouchard with a huge performance. So overall, that was kind of my highlights for the Oilers. What about yourself?
Yeah, you know, McDavid and Draisaitl going into any series are the best two players, you know, like period, on either team. So we always have that going for us. And what I noticed yesterday is everybody else improved. Like, some guys improved more than others, but nobody took a step back. Everybody improved. Some guys improved by, 10%. Some guys improved by 100%. So that's what we need. Like, McDavid and Draisaitl are always gonna, be the stars of the show, but they can't do it alone. Pickard, he didn't stand on his head. He didn't have an amazing game, but still he improved from Skinner's performance. Then you go, crease out, like all the defense. Yeah, it was really, really good to see. And then even more exciting thing is a lot of those guys still have a lot more improvement to give.
Yeah. The ceiling, they have not reached their ceiling for sure, and they just played a heck of a team game altogether. And yeah, that's a great take. You put it great. And the 100% improvement in that from the 10 to 100, I would put Bouchard in the 100% category. Man, what a monster game, especially compared to the last two games. And I've been saying it all year, Raj. Like, yes, you're gonna have. He's difficult to deal with as a fan. Again, this is a fan channel. So most fans feel the same way. Like, very difficult to deal with during the regular season with just his defensive liabilities. But he's a big game performer. I've been saying it all year, and I don't care. As long as they make the playoffs and he's not a part of them missing the playoffs, if you can just get to the playoffs with a big game performer like Bouchard, he is going to give you it all. And I know you're looking at this microphone, what's on here. And shout out Mario. He went to the game and he gave me the Oiler towel. So I've graced the microphone with it for some luck. And yeah, I mean, we're happy to get that game, obviously, Raj. But the next one is a big one as well, right? It's just as big.
100%. I mean, I told you, like Friday and Sunday are both must wins. Going down, 3-0 and 3-1. I know 3-1 is a little more attainable, but they still both seem very, very hard to overcome. But like going back to LA 2-2, man, like you're in a beautiful spot, because even if you lose Game 5, you still have a chance to win 2 in a row, and I think they already did that to the Kings maybe 2 years ago, right? They were down 3-2, and then they won game 6 and 7 and took them out. So
exactly, yeah, and they won,
big difference.
And they won 3 in a row last year, and took them out in 5 games. So I mean, they're definitely capable of winning back-to-back games. The Oilers are, and we are going to head over now and take a look at some stats. Before we do that, Roger, I do want to mention that we have hit 800 subscribers on Frozen Oil. So thanks to everyone that has subscribed.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we are climbing now towards 900. So if you have a moment, please consider hitting that subscribe button if you have a chance, and supporting this channel. We would really appreciate it. So let's move on over now to some stats, and I got the Twitter open right now, which we are going to get to right away, and that is the best part of these recaps, is getting to see what the Oilers faithful have to say. So, but before we do that, let's take a look at some of these stats, because some of these stats are pretty important. So shots on goal, 36-28. The Oilers completely ahead in that department. And I've been saying it all year. They've been dominating the face-off dot all year, Roger. 59-40 on the face-off dot. That first Bouchard goal was a huge face-off win, clean from Draisaitl. Gets it back to the point, and he blasts it in clean, doesn't deflect off anything for a goal. So these face-offs are tremendously important. Both power plays, Raj, they go 2 for 2.
Yeah,
and I think you wanted to make a comment on not just the power plays, but the penalty kill.
100%. Like the penalty kill, even though, I mean, statistically, it looks the same. I thought it improved huge. Like both goals that LA got were towards the end of the power play, where, they were just like really, really, really good shots. I mean, but for the majority of those penalty kills, the Oilers were applying pressure. They changed the way, they weren't just sitting back and letting the passes happen. They were kind of doing what LA has been doing to them when, they haven't given McDavid and Draisaitl as much time, and that's worked. So they kind of flipped that script on them. And I think, the next game, hopefully, they don't take too many penalties. But if they do, I'm way more confident in their PK.
Yeah, I agree. And hopefully the next game is a game where the Oilers have a heavy advantage in the power play department. That has yet to happen. So,
yeah.
I mean, if we can get a game like that, it'll really, really help, and get us that much closer to another W for sure. Hits, again, the Oilers smashing everything in sight, 39-31. This was a physical game for sure. And Podkolzin was just hammering everything in sight. I just loved his game.
Yeah.
Blocked shots. The LAKINGS with 29 blocked shots. So that means the Oilers, I mean, if they didn't block half those shots, I mean, you're adding another 15 shots to the Oilers' total of 36. That puts them almost at 50 shots. So again, a great offensive performance from the Oilers. Giveaways 10-14 for the Oilers, and takeaways tied up at 4. As far as the scoring goes, I said on the way to the game, I'm like, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has to score today. If he can score, it's going to ignite the Oilers and ignite the team and ignite him, because we need him. And he scores the opener for the Oilers, a beautiful goal. Bouchard on the power play, like we mentioned, a clean face-off win from Draisaitl. Oilers go up 2-0. Kempe continues to be on fire.
Wow, yeah.
Fiala ties it up on that power play late, like you said. Doughty with the go-ahead goal. Connor Brown, a massive goal to tie it. Trevor Moore ties it up. What is that?
9 seconds, I
9
think.
seconds later, he ties it up.
Yeah,
so,
that was devastating.
Yeah, the ups and downs as an Oiler fan, it's just crazy. I don't know how we handle the stress, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, this series has been, honestly, I think, the biggest roller coaster. Even more than the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
Because that comeback in Game 1, for it to slip away only seconds later. I mean, that was devastating.
Yeah.
And then, oh yeah.
And then again, we tie the game up, crowds into it.
Yeah.
Everybody's rocking. I was still jumping up and down from that tying goal, and then Trevor Moore just takes the life out of the crowd, and it was just such a quick low from such a high. It's unbelievable. Then the TSN turning point in everyone's opinion, Evander Kane. With the goal there, they reviewed it. The Kings challenged it, and I mean, the Oilers get the goal, go on the power play, and 10 seconds later, Evan Bouchard with a beautiful feed from Draisaitl.
Amazing, yeah.
Such a great goal. We're going to take a look at that goal here when we get to Twitter. And then McDavid with one of the nicest empty netters ever. He seems to even make an empty netter look nice. And Connor Brown with a very well-deserved icing on the cake goal to make it 7-4. So 7-4 final for the Oilers. Just a fantastic game overall. And let's now take this opportunity here. I'm going to switch back here to the big layout so we can plug our Twitter. And you can follow us. Our handle is @FrozenOilHockey on Twitter. We just passed 850 followers, closing in on 900, so doing great there. And we got a great community there, a lot of awesome Oiler fans. We'll get to some of their comments here in a second, so check us out there if you have a chance. And moving on to Twitter, we are going to kick it off with the first one. As mentioned many times, BW from Oilers After Dark. He goes on to say, Connor Brown, classy, with character, hardworking, clutch. Everything you want in a playoffs postseason performer. His 3-3 game-tying goal was the absolute biggest of his career, as well as biggest goal of the Oilers season. He saved the game. He sealed the deal. And for me, Roger, there was before that goal, he skated towards a 50-50 puck that was, the Kings defenseman had at least a 5-stride lead on him. And he dug in, and I have no idea how he got to that puck. But when I saw his effort there, I said the Oilers are going to win this game. This guy is skating so hard. And, just kudos to Connor Brown. What a great game.
I mean, he is an absolute believer in this team. And I remember when they re-signed him to a 1-year deal, he did a interview with some guys on the East Coast, and they asked him, like, why did you take a 1 year? You could have got more. He said, you know what, because these guys, like, this team, we are ready. Like, we know what it takes to win, and I want to win here, and I don't care about money or term or anything else. So, and you could see that in his play, like yesterday. I mean, he's on board 1,000%. He's learned from what they went through last year, and he's gonna keep bringing it.
And when he has these huge games, he just reminds me of that guy, that big ginger in Game of Thrones, that would come in and help out in the battles last season. Honestly, he reminds me of him.
Yeah.
And what a performance! And again, just hopefully he can continue that for the rest of the series. If that happens, things are looking good. Next one from DNL, the always controversial DNL. This guy's tweets are hilarious. So shout out DNL. And he has a picture here of Darcy Kemper's stats. And 3 games played, 4.04 goals against average, and a save percentage of .859. And he goes on to say, ran through just like Kim Kardashian. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for Stuart Skinner, a lot of people would be talking about his performance. But Kemper has been lucky that Skinner has been worse, and nobody's kind of, giving him a hard time yet. But yeah, those numbers are terrible for a playoff goalie.
Yep, and hopefully, like, the Oilers can keep knocking at the door here and keep putting pucks behind him, because he has had weak moments in his career in the past, correct?
Yes, I mean, he like Colorado moved on from him because they didn't believe, and then Washington. He went to Washington. He was supposed to be their savior, and 1 year there, and they traded him to LA for Pierre-Luc Dubois. So he hasn't really found a long-term home yet. He's kind of bounced around a bit.
So that one from DNL. Next one from Sportsnet. Evan Bouchard is the first defenseman in Edmonton Oilers history to score 2 power play goals in a single Stanley Cup playoff game. That's just a massive stat. I just wanted to also point out that he did hit the crossbar as well in this game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this guy was a hair away from a hat trick. So, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, he had a beautiful, bounce back game, really. Struggled a little bit with... Not a little bit, a lot, with really dumb giveaways in the first 2 games. Just, what they call...
This one from Ryan at Crawch. Podkolzin was the best Oiler. And I think Podkolzin had a massive game. He was hitting everything in sight. He made some massive hits. And I agree.
He brought it, man, for sure.
If not the best Oiler, because there was a lot of good Oilers, he was definitely in that category of top 5 Oilers in last night's game.
I mean, he was the best one when it comes to the physical aspect of the game, 100%. And the thing that I liked about his game yesterday is, he's like, okay, I'm probably not going to impact the game, on the score sheet. So... but I can impact it in another way, and that's what he did. He just hit everything in sight the first period, like it was crazy, and he kept going through the whole game. But the first period, you could really notice him, and I respect guys like that. Maybe my game has some shortcomings here, so let's do something to make up for it. And man, I hope he does the exact same thing tomorrow.
Yeah, he's really solidified me as a fan, cheering for this guy. 7 hits yesterday, Raj. 7 hits, +1, 14-27 in ice time. And Draisaitl loves him, and Draisaitl loves him because he knows his role. He knows his role. And I don't think Draisaitl has played with a player that literally does not care and will take basically orders from Draisaitl in going and, retrieving pucks and going to those hard to get to areas and trying to make plays for Draisaitl to create offense. So Draisaitl loves him. He loves playing with them, and he has brought this physical side to his game that really I didn't expect. No one really expected, and he's a big reason the Oilers are still in this series. Moving on to the next one. This one is from Supernova at Supernovs1. As Oilers fans, we have to thank whoever called that challenge from the LA side. One of the dumbest challenges I have seen, and basically won the game for the Oilers. Nice to have the opposition mess up.
That was so strange. I agree 1,000%. Like, nobody on earth watching that thought, okay, yeah, go ahead and challenge. I mean, honestly, Kane was super clean standing in that crease. He didn't do anything wrong. Kopitar, was shoving him, and he didn't really even make contact with Kemper that much. And when after he kicked the puck, he whacked the puck with his stick. He didn't whack the goalie with his stick. So that made no sense. But thank you so much for that challenge, anyways.
Yeah, and honestly, when it went to the challenge, when the Kings did decide to challenge and they were reviewing it and it came back in our favor, I was just like, finally, because we've been on the wrong end of a lot of those challenges. I mean, going back especially to the Anaheim series in 2017, I mean, that I felt changed the tide in the series, and it's nice to get one to go our way for once. Yep. Next one here is from Brett Jeffrey at Fields1096. Evander Kane, I never doubted him for a second. He sure provided a lot of you wrong tonight. pardon me, he sure proved a lot of you wrong tonight. Accept it and cheer for him. Let's go Oilers. And I don't know really what Brett's referring to here. I don't know too many Kane haters. You know, he did miss the whole season, and it's going to take him, I did say, probably 5-6 games to get back into the kind of the rhythm. But if they can, you know, continue like this, like you said, Raj, the Oilers are just going to keep improving the longer they can go through the playoffs.
Yeah, especially him. I mean, you know, he hasn't played a game. Like June 10 basically was his last game, and then he came in game 2, looked okay, but I think it's just conditioning and you know, timing and all that stuff. And you're 1000% every game that he gets to play, like, he's just gonna get so much better. So imagine him in round 2. Hopefully the Oilers make it to round 2 and further. But in round 2, let's say, he's gonna not only have his conditioning back and his timing back, but he's still gonna be super energized because he's pretty much rested all year. I mean, that's gonna be a huge asset for us till the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, massive, absolutely massive. And we wish Kane continued success because in our round 1 playoff preview video, he was highlighted as an X factor for the Oilers into moving past the Kings. So congrats to Kane, huge goal and great performance in game 3. Next one is from Adam at Oilers. Adam, I know what to expect when playoff hockey comes to Edmonton, but every year I'm reminded that nowhere comes close to Oil Country. Best fans in the world. And looking at the crowd, not only inside, there's so many Oiler jerseys. It's unbelievable. It looks so cool. But even outside, just such a great atmosphere and just everybody going wild. And as like you said, as if the rounds can get deeper and deeper, the crowds just get bigger and bigger, and the atmosphere is just wild. What are your thoughts on that, Raj?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like hockey, in Canada. Honestly, like, I was watching the Montreal game and I'm like, wow, it's crazy. And then you watch the Oilers game and you're like, wow. And the Jets game. I mean, I love, like, the Oiler games. You know, I went to a couple last year. I mean, it's just nuts, like nonstop. The building is just shaking. Everybody's into it. And then you go, and then there's outside too. There's the, viewing areas. There's 2 of them. Just, in Edmonton, really, all we got is the Oilers, and every Edmontonian is 1,000% on board, and that's why the playoffs are the best here.
And whether you make it to the game or whether you make it to those watch parties, even if you're watching it at a local pub or watching it at home and inviting people over, it's just the best time of year to be in Edmonton when the Oilers are in the playoffs. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Next one as well here, moving on, is from Adam again, at Oilers Adam. He's been bringing it all year with awesome tweets. And this one is the power of the stash. Again, Nuge with that huge opening goal. And I call him the Count of Monte Cristo with this stash that he grows. What do you think of that?
I think this is the best looking one so far. For sure. And I love Nuge so much just because, he's first overall pick and he's just so loyal to the city and to the team, And
he's the number one catalyst in changing that culture from the decade of darkness.
Yep. And
just kind of changing what, the culture was here with the players, not really, missing all those years of playoffs, not really caring so much, and then you just get a guy like this that completely changed the culture. He took McDavid and Draisaitl under his wing, and he's a big reason the Oilers are the team they are now. So congrats to Nuge, and we need you moving forward. Next one is from your buddy, Jack Michaels.
Yes.
The second of 2 goals in 10 seconds that changed a game and a series. Oilers have rung up 5 goals on Kemper in 2 of the 3 games after he had allowed 5 just once in the last 47 starts. Wow. And I want to play the sound on this one because here we go.
Tied at 4. Here's Draisaitl to Bouchard. Power play goal. Edmonton needs just 10 seconds to
Wow.
regain the lead.
Yeah,
What a
just,
beauty.
5-4.
just a beautiful pass from Draisaitl, and what a finish. And what a call by the legendary Jack Michaels. Is that his first playoff win as an announcer for the Oilers? Or am I wrong?
What do you mean?
Because he's never announced playoff games before this season, did he?
Oh, like on TV, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is new. I noticed that too. I'm like, hey, I wonder. And it might be. I think you're right. Because even last year, he was on the radio for every round.
Yeah, because this when Sportsnet/CBC starts getting involved, they start bringing in their announcers.
Yes.
Louis would come sometimes, but it was never Jack, to my memory anyways. And just a legendary call, and
For sure.
we love you, Jack. Keep up the great work. And last but not least, from the Edmonton Oilers themselves, good night, Oil Country. And there is a picture of
Awesome.
Kane with the hard hat and Bouchard with the belt. What a picture. What a game. And no one more deserving of those two for the hard hat and the belt. Just an awesome picture and an awesome game from the Oilers.
For sure, man. And what a way to end it, because honestly, you need those two guys. Like McDavid and Draisaitl, as amazing and great as they are, we actually need these two guys specifically. Kane brings, unbelievable physical edginess that we don't have. Nobody else can bring that but him on this team. And then Bush, like you said, big game. He's a big game guy. I mean, if take care of the turnovers and do what you did yesterday, hit the net with those shots, and he'll maybe get to 40 points these playoffs.
Well, if he gets to 40 points, there could be a very shiny object awaiting us at the end of the playoffs, so that'd be fantastic. So
yeah, I think he's in the 30s last year or something.
yeah, so he was Conn Smythe, in the conversation for the Conn Smythe as well last year. So again, great game overall, and that is pretty much going to do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for coming on, Raj.
Anytime.
And
Let's go, Oil.
let's go, Oilers. When we were young, we used to dream of having a chance to talk about our Oil, and it's crazy that we have this opportunity now on Frozen Oil. So
Yeah, it's
happy
pretty
doing
cool,
these
for
episodes
sure.
with you, and thanks for coming on, and thanks to everyone that's watched. Really appreciate it. We got a big one next game 4 Sunday, so we'll come at you after the game and give you our thoughts and give you a recap. But until then, that'll do it for today's episode. Thanks for watching, and most importantly, go Oilers, go.
Game 4, let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Frozen or hockey, the channels you need. Oilers on the ice, unstoppable speed. Chasing the cup, we're gonna succeed. With David leading, we're built to exceed.
Frozen or hockey,